guys, welcome to Diva Talk Podcast. I'm your co-host, B. Nicole, and
Diamond So Sexy.
Tonight, our host, the diva, Keldamuzik, is not joining us. As you know, she's always quite busy keeping things going for all of us here. So make sure you tune in and catch her on next week's episode. So I want to ask you, Diamond, what you've been up to lately?
I've been up to a lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing.
A lot of nothing. What you been resting? What you been doing?
I've been resting because resting is the best thing to do when you don't have nothing to do. It recharges your body, your mind, spirit, and soul. And I've been drinking lots of water and eating really good because my birthday's coming up.
I was just about to say.
And I got prepared for that, that yearly run of fun.
Can you share with us when your birthday is?
April 20th, y'all.
Woo-hoo! For those of y'all who partake in the cannabinoids and whatnot,
baby.
There's a lot of festivities that will be going on around the Bay Area, but one in particular that you and some friends will be frequenting might be where now?
Hippie Hill, SF, you feel me? I know. They want to say that Hippie Hill is canceled, but if you knew anything about Hippie Hill, you know that Hippie Hill is never canceled. It never started just because there was all the festivals and the vendors and all that stuff. Hippie Hill's been going on for years. Okay, It didn't need all that. In fact, that actually messed it up. It messed up the whole vibe, actually. So now, if y'all go, look for me and tell me happy birthday. Okay, smoke some weed with me.
Happy birthday, pre-happy birthday. Celebrate 420. Yeah, I don't really smoke like that, but I love a good edible. I won't lie. I know a lot of people don't like those because they say you can't tell when it's gonna kick in. You might take a little much. You can't really average that out. But what's your fave? You on edibles or are you smoking?
I gotta smoke. I'm sorry. The edibles just don't really do too much for me.
Okay.
It really don't. But I have had edibles. I make very good edibles and I make really good butter. But it don't really do too much for me. But I heard that you at one point used to sell edibles or something. What was that?
So shout out to Gassa Gummies. They are wonderfully flavored 10 to 20 milligram edibles. A common thing that I've come across and a lot of people complain about when it comes to edibles is even though they're sweet or sugary, it still kind of has that oily, weedy taste.
Yeah.
And these do not. So, they're in a few dispensaries around, but if you can't find them, hit me up at B Nicole Styling on Instagram and we figure out how to get you some reasonably priced, deliciously tasting, and you can really, I don't want to say microdose. That's not the word I want to use, but it'll work you out. It'll work you out.
But that's usually what they do.
Yeah,
that's the point of it is.
They're good. It's hard to come by something that's not gonna mess you up. I had to test a couple of people. I do not make them. I do take them. So sometimes I don't do things a lot. So I'll take somebody that smoke a lot, but here, take one of these and tell me if you can feel it.
Okay.
And they can. So that lets you know that the potency is pretty decent. It's not too much, and they're nice and sugary. But speaking of different things, hot topic and things getting us going, let's tap into what's happening.
You didn't tell us what you did.
What did I do?
What you been up to?
Man, I just been living life, being happy. No, I haven't been happy.
Wait a minute.
I don't know what's going on in the world today. I got into it with a few people, but I'm happy because I learned how to rise above the hate, y'all. You got to rise above the hate when people are mistreating you or talking crazy to you instead of feeding into the negativity. Just leave it alone. Anybody that's texting me on some nonsense, I text somebody, I say, I'm not even reading this. Have a good day. When you're ready to have an adult conversation with me, go ahead and pick up the phone and I will answer. And that's kind of how a couple of days of mine went. When you are doing what's best for you and people are used to you being there for them first, it takes some adjusting to you choosing yourself. And that's what's happening right now. Not in a unhealthy, selfish way, but I'm definitely choosing me a little bit more over the way I used to be, putting other people before myself. So go me.
Go
and
me.
go y'all.
That's right.
If you also are choosing yourself over others in a healthily selfish way.
Right, that's right.
But that's it. Nope. School, mommyhood, working with a few people who are doing some films, helping out with some production assistant. I get my first shot at assistant director.
Yes.
So that's cool. I got that coming up in a couple of weeks, and as things develop and come out, I'll be sure to share with you all where you can find the film.
Oh yes, I can't wait. I can't wait.
So that is my little exciting news.
That's great. That's great. But we have we have to get back to those commercials.
Commercials, paying bills. We love y'all. Let's take a break. Let's let the people do their thing, and we'll be right back with you.
My name is Marcus Jenkins. I'm a lineman here in Oakland, day in, day out. A large part of what we do is about providing reliable power to our customers. PG&E is dedicated to the community. I love working here because this is my home. Oakland is my home. This is where I'm raising my children. So it's important to me to make sure my family and friends have the power and energy that we provide. This is very personal to me. It makes me work a lot harder knowing that this is my community.
Together, we're building a better California.
The world can be yours. Our goal at OtterPro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
To a hot tub. Bring your honey to a hot tub. Bring your honey to a hot tub.
Welcome back to Diva Talk Podcast. Your girl B. Nicole.
Diamond So Sexy.
And we have our special guest for today's episode, Mr. Brian Sullivan, who's also an amazing, talented singer who goes under the name Isle Soul. Woo!
Good to be here. What's up, B. Nicole? What's up, Miss Diamond?
Welcome.
Hello.
So today we're going to get into a little bit of our usual hot topics. Our guests will chime in. And what you want to talk about today, Diamond?
Well, you know, I don't know if you guys have been chiming in or tuning in to the fiasco with Diddy or not, but we have been. And let me tell you, he's got a lot going on. Did you guys hear about him getting raided? He got two places raided.
I did. I saw the pictures, the little aerial drone or helicopter pictures of, was it Miami?
Miami and LA.
Okay.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. I saw the children in handcuffs. Yeah. They're not children anymore, but his two sons.
Right.
I'll be sure his son was safe somewhere else.
Clearly, because he is online begging for him to come home.
Yeah.
It was two houses? I know it was two houses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I heard they found guns.
Oh, really?
I did. I read. I don't know, what's things and stuff, but yes. There were supposedly guns found, and I don't know if they were registered or not. When I first heard that, though, I wasn't really surprised. Who's gonna have a $40 million+ home and not have some sort of security lying around? No, if they were registered or unregistered is more of the thing to me, but having them, I don't think is an issue. That's not like a big whoop, like so what to me.
Yeah, but I mean, for somebody who's always
fighting
gun cases and hiding gun cases,
probably not the best idea.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't have unregistered or registered guns, or a lot of them.
What do you think about that?
I completely forgot about that. Was that in high school?
Yeah.
Early 2000s, wasn't there a gun charge? He would beat a lot of cases, ain't he?
Yeah, and they also saying something about him and Tupac,
No, don't put that on Pac. I saw that. Don't put that on Pac, bro.
So what?
You don't think Diddy had nothing to do with that?
We're not doing that.
Oh.
No, they're saying he was connected to his death. Yeah, him and Biggie.
Set that up.
Allegedly.
Shit.
That's what I read in the document that was released. I don't know if it's been, I know it's been circulating around, but they talked a little bit about J-Lo potentially being the one who brought the gun to him, and when he caught that first case in the club where someone was shot. I don't think, did that person die?
No, she lived, and she's been telling these people about this the whole time, and nobody would believe her.
Okay.
Because Diddy having everybody on hush.
Allegedly.
I mean, the thing I appreciate,
she's telling the
when somebody tell you the same story over time, time again, I tend to believe those people.
Right.
You know, if you tell the same story.
Yeah, everybody to get together and say, this is what we gonna say. So the fact that it's pretty corroborated, yeah, you can assume. I don't know. But so let's see. What's the mayor's name? Rodney Jones, Lil Rod.
Right.
He is the one that's currently, I think, being focused on right now because he's given, I guess, the most details thus far outside of the women who have already, brought suit against Diddy. He's supposedly has provided pictures and secret recordings because he said that Diddy himself was like, I need you in here recording me doing X, Y, and Z. He said sometimes Diddy would take his phone from him and be like, hey, I'm doing X, Y, and Z. X, Y, and Z meaning sexual interactions with people against their will, sexual interactions with people who were paid, and then what they call SA, some things that weren't
consented.
Consensual. Thank you very much. So he supposedly is providing all these sorts of proof. He named quite a few names in this document.
Quite a few.
Right. I read Cuba Gooding Jr. He said had some kind of cohort with Diddy, and all of a sudden he popped over with his arm around him trying to caress his thigh and things.
Right.
What else? Who else did he say?
Stevie J had a video that Diddy had a video of Stevie J doing things with another man, and that was what Diddy would use to get the young men to see that it's okay, start to grooming them with these videos. Crazy.
Right. And what he promised Lil Rod, what, producer of the year or something, if he would get on board. Now, I didn't read the whole document. I will say that I did skim through a few things. It's 78 plus pages. I'm still getting through it.
That's it?
Well, that we have. I didn't read it.
No,
I'm just saying.
I know that. You know what I'm saying? But some cases be a lot longer.
Well, this is Lil Rod's account.
Right,
this is Lil Rod's account. So there are, a number of people who have brought suit against him, and I guess what's currently being investigated is because he has come with this supposed proof. So this is his accounting, but there may be more.
When I heard, I thought it would be like a big old book, like a Trump book. You feel me?
Right.
But 78 ain't that
Give it
bad.
time.
Touche. You right.
Give it time.
Right.
We are, I guess,
They're
kind of
the case.
Yes, because he hasn't been arrested yet. He hasn't even been charged yet.
Right. He hasn't even been charged yet. He's on the run, ain't he?
Well,
did they catch the plane?
You can't be on the run.
That was his video.
Yeah, because he hasn't been charged. He's just vacationing.
Oh,
that was a scene in his video.
What? When he on the run?
He was running from the feds and he ran to the plane.
Look at that. What do you call it? Forecasting.
Right. I remember that video.
25 years ago.
The one where they was on the boat and all the shit.
Yeah.
With Biggie.
Yeah.
Yes. What song was that?
And all the money and all the shit. Yeah.
One.
Comment below when you know
if you know the song. Look, right? Y'all know, Aunt Manico say, have y'all heard about how the Simpsons always forecast things that are going on in the world? That's so silly, but I just had to say it because I saw something on social media today that had a picture of Puffy in some pink suit running away from the feds, and they were chasing him for some odd reason, and here we are, per also Cat Williams saying Diddy gonna get it, all these people in high places can get it, in all of that. Why now? Anyone jump in? Why do you think this is happening now?
Honestly, I don't know, but because I'm the queen of conspiracies, I think it's all has to do with the Illuminati having to find a new placement. He was in reign for too long, and he did something wrong that we don't know about yet. It was against the higher powers to where he's feeling like he has the power, and they have to break him down. And so they're breaking him down like this. The same thing with R. Kelly. You feel like you're untouchable, but you are touchable. That's just my conspiracy.
But with that being said, do you think he may actually be guilty of some of these things, or is the whole thing a conspiracy to take him down?
Oh, no. He's guilty of these things.
Okay. Just
the conspiracy is something else that has to do with the involvement of why he's getting caught.
Why we finding out about it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
What do you think?
Now, you know what? Okay, so the way I tend to think about things in general, for sure, this as well, I'll try to take the names out of it.
Okay.
Right, and just look at what's the pieces of the actual entity or the pieces of the actual thing. So, okay, you got this person who has a lot of things attached to him, right? Now, he split off recently some of those things.
True.
So that's a huge change of state. I'm talking about him selling the company.
Yes.
Right? So whenever you have like a big movement of money, I'm looking at it like that. Whenever you have a massive change of money, typically something go with that.
Agreed.
So for me, put aside the brother who is allegedly in trouble, I'm looking at money moved and somebody in trouble.
That makes total sense.
That adds to my conspiracy.
Yeah, I was listening to something else today regarding the same topic, and the young woman pretty much said kind of what you're both saying. When some money was moved in the selling of one of his companies or breaking partnership with one of these major branding, he was like, he forgot that these people think, or maybe did think they made you. And they had to remind you that we get to say what you do and don't do. So when you open your mouth against us and say that we are racist, or you open your mouth against us and say you can do better than this, or you did this and we didn't give you your fair share, we got to remind you who's in charge here. We've been kicking it together, having a fun time, but don't forget this can all be taken away, and if you don't believe us, watch us.
Right.
So definitely true. Another thing I read in the document, which also came up in social media news, was the mother of 50 Cent's son. What was her name? Do you remember what her name was?
Just the first name, Daphne.
Daphne. We'll just call her Miss Daphne. 50 Cent, we know, always has something to say about somebody. He's a self-proclaimed jokester, and he does not care. He don't care about no feelings.
There's a lot of self-proclaims in the world. That's one that's true. That brother is hilarious.
He don't care. Anybody can get it, right? Anybody can get it.
I would pay Dave Chappelle's stand-up. You know what I'm saying? I would pay to see 50 be on stage and tell jokes.
You know,
I ain't gonna hold you.
That's
that brother is genuinely funny.
I'm gonna get some laughs out of 50 for sure. But Daphne was named as one of the alleged sex workers hired by Diddy on payroll to perform sexual acts. And when this came out within this week, 50 Cent took to social media and made a joke about it, and also has since filed for custody of his son because of her name being involved in such behaviors. So her response to 50 Cent was that she is no longer going to protect his image as a father to her son. She's no longer going to be silent about what he's put her through, which she alleges that he abused her and that he raped her. But at the same time, during her same claim, she also says how she moved to New York to be closer to him so he can be a better father, even though she says that he only saw the baby maybe about 10 times over the course of 2 years. I don't know. I think it's interesting, the timing, and I will never victim blame, but right now it's just an accusation. We don't have any, as well as her being in Puffy's documentation. It's just an accusation. She claims she's going to file suit against Mr. Rodney Jones. She is going to file suit against his lawyer for slander, and she's just telling the world that 50 Cent is a monster who did these horrible things to her. But like I said, at the same time, she moved closer to bring her son to him. I find that a little contradictory, that someone that you felt abused by and would be willing to rape you, whether it was before or after you were his son's mother, that you would want to bring your son to him. And the timing now of her being named in these allegations with Diddy is a little suspect as well for me. Right. But I'll have to wait and see what happens. What do you guys think about what she's saying?
I just wish there was a world where everybody's exes. You could interview everybody's worst ex before you even go on a date with her.
Oh, me too.
That would be
Everybody's
great.
exes say the worst shit. I mean, god damn, baby, you always the victim. Brother, you always the victim.
Right.
Sheesh.
Agreed on that one.
I mean, I don't look at the individual. I can't speak to them. But in general, as a practice, it'd be great if, like, you could talk to a person's most important person, hear what they got to say.
Right. Like a reference.
Yeah, like a reference. I mean, we do it in every other part of the world, right? Jobs, I don't know.
Yeah, jobs.
A little background check, personal
Just like
background check.
I mean, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think about that, but just, yeah, it's sad to hear. And I hope they work it out for the baby's sake, because that's what's most important. Is that young man, and that's all I care about.
Because he's still very young. I don't know how old he is, but he looks like he might have been around 7 or so.
And those are important years. Like, that's formative, baby, innocent years. Like, not even sure what's going on. He's like, where I'm going here, where I'm going here.
Right.
Like, give that man a chance to be still, let it all come to fruition, develop, and give him a chance to grow. So,
agreed. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I don't know how her and 50 Cent met.
That's a good question.
damn.
I want to say that it might have been along the lines of how she's in the line in this documentation. I don't want to say that she's a sex worker, but you know, there's a lot of other jobs that might fall into that position that as a woman you may be like, oh, that's not me because I'm a woman and I'm a higher class, I'm better than, or whatever. But maybe she's a model and she was in somebody's video.
Slippery slope, huh?
Yeah, and you know, she might have wore a thong and danced on a pole.
Right.
I don't know. And she also might be a good girl who's a lawyer, doctor, or nurse, or something like that too, who just went to a party one night and, you know, dresses how she dresses at the club. And again, another slippery slope. She got paid that night to do whatever she did, and to her, she wasn't being a sex worker, but, you know, you got paid for whatever you did.
Right. It's very interesting because if she was on payroll for anything else and happened to partake in partying along with Diddy, it's unfair to just associate her monies with her behaviors, because one thing may not have had anything to do with the other thing. And when you try to make a case, you could try and make connections where there are none, especially when you have pictures of people laughing and then, you know, in corners and stuff. But
or something passed out.
It's a little interesting.
It is.
So a lot of that, you know, is going around. Like we said, a lot of people in high positions or seen as holding power are kind of getting taken down or exposed or things like that.
Cat Williams said, he says the year of truth.
Yes, that's
what he said.
Facts. Go Cat.
He started the year. And that brother,
he getting people, you know, let me say something to that.
So
many people were that's so many. Some people were upset, like, oh, why are you trying to take down these black men, black women, and why can't you just basically like take it on the chin?
I'm that way too, by the way.
You said what now?
Leave us alone. Shit.
Pause.
I'm not saying that we right or wrong, but leave us alone. Let us deal with it.
It's so hard
behind closed doors.
Listen,
no, Diddy.
But if you like he said, if you disrespect him,
people, just
talk about Cat and anybody else. I don't care if you black, white, or yellow. If you disrespect somebody in public and they want to respond to that disrespect in public, it is what it is. You don't get to disrespect me in public as a black man or what have you, and then you expect me to go behind closed doors and deal with you so I'm not out in the world tearing down a black man. That's not okay. How about we just act as civilized human beings, first of all, in public and in private, so we don't have to have these issues. But once you bring things to the forefront, if I'm going to be loud and nasty and aggressive in public, then guess what?
You go take them down. Damn.
Guess what?
That's right.
I'm just saying. That's just how I feel. Now, I understand Michelle Obama told us to go high when they go low. Do you go high when they go low? I know I said I was working on that earlier, but traditionally, do you go high when they go low?
And when you say that, are you talking about taking the high road, like being like, not like...
If someone comes for you
You know, just like, you know, turning her side eye, like, you know, just being turning the blind eye. Is that what you're talking about? Like,
yeah, basically.
It kind of depends on what's happening. You know,
and let's say it's happened for years.
I'm definitely a lover, not a fighter. For the most part, but you know, people would like to say that the Taurus or the Aries in me comes out and like. But to me, I'm being normal. So like,
and what does it say about Aries and Taurus? What's the
Philistine?
The little horns come out.
If you poked, right? If you're provoked.
Yeah.
And what is your sign?
The way she did that, I actually believe the horns will come out. It's always the quiet one. She was like this. Nah, that shit like that in real.
Going off. When deserved.
Yes.
When deserved.
Right. But I'm a lover, so I'm not going. I don't even.
Hey, they go hand in hand. I'd rather have love than not. So the passion turns into that. It don't go without
true.
it.
It's not that far off.
It don't go without it.
It's a thin line between love and hate.
The OGs be knowing what they be talking about.
Facts.
I don't know why we listen to them more.
We should.
Brothers, it's all in the songs.
So how do you handle it? Do you go high when they go low? How do you handle conflict?
Nah, so I mean, again, you know, life. I try to think of things as not like a forever. It's not an indictment on my entire being going to the future. Where I'm at right now at this phase of my life, I don't do that. In the past, I'm sure I did do that. But not honestly. I mean, it's just the universal law. Things really do tend to work out, I believe. Eventually,
I agree.
Some might take longer than others, but not. I don't go low in public, mainly for me, but then also because I think that you give it to God.
For sure. And I just want to say, telling the truth is not going low, though.
No, but what 50 Cent is doing is definitely going low.
No, 50 Cent, I'm talking about Cat Williams.
Oh, okay.
50 Cent went low because he always going low. He likes to go low. He likes to talk mess and stuff.
Right.
Cat Williams.
So you think Cat Williams was taking the high road?
I don't think he was taking the high road. I don't think he was going low either. I think he took years of people saying things about him that according to him were untrue. So he decided to address them with his truth. He didn't necessarily, he was funny with some of his commentary, but he didn't necessarily go low. He just said what he thought was going to happen. People in power were all going to have their day, and it's happening, which is what you said. And he just spoke his truth from his perspective. But anyway, we're going to take another quick break. Thank you so much for joining us in today's Hot Topics. When we come back, we're going to get into our guest and have him talk to us a little bit more about what he has going on and coming up. We'll see you in a few.
The world can be yours. Our goal at Otter Pro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
Bring your honey to a hot tub. Bring your honey to a hot tub. Bring your honey to a hot tub.
My name is Marcus Jenkins. I'm a lineman here in Oakland, day in, day out. A large part of what we do is about providing reliable power to our customers. PG&E is dedicated to the community. I love working here because this is my home. Oakland is my home. This is where I'm raising my children. So it's important to me to make sure my family and friends have the power and energy that we provide. This is very personal to me. It makes me work a lot harder knowing that this is my community.
Together, we're building a better California.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Diva Talk Podcast. Just as a friendly reminder, we are here today with our special guest, Brian Sullivan, aka Isle Soul. Let's give him a warm welcome. Woo! Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Before we jump on into what you have going on, I want you to go ahead and share with our viewers how they can find you.
Yeah. Find me on Instagram under IO Soul, letter O, SOUL, as well as Souls and Son, as I'll share shortly. Me and my son are a father-son duo. He's amazing. He's 12 years old, and he sounds like Michael Jackson.
I've heard.
I didn't say that myself. They said he sounds like Michael Jackson. He sounds like Michael Jackson. When a lot of folks say the same thing, it tend to be right. So Souls SOULS_and_son.
Absolutely. That's super amazing. I love a good duo, but father and son. We'll get into that. We'll get into all that. Yeah. So let's jump right on in there. What experience do you have in the singing world, entertainment world? Like, where'd you come from? Tell us something about yourself.
Yeah. Born and raised in San Francisco.
Frisco.
Been singing my whole Frisco. That's right. Some folks get offended when we say that, though. Is it interesting? When we say Frisco, they be like, "Don't say San Francisco." We say Frisco, where I'm from. So yes, from Frisco.
What part of San Francisco?
Brick Homes. Hey. Southern part of the city. A lot of folks don't know, but Brick Homes. So, but yeah, San Francisco, 4th generation. Very proud. Both grandfathers came here because of the military. Nice. Great migration in the 40s. So that very much influenced my culture and my love for music. Beautiful. Right? And so I've been singing since I was 3 or 4, literally, performing that early. Initially in a choir with, I call her affectionately my Auntie Carolyn. And she ran a choir called the Hollows Choir initially.
That's my school, y'all.
Black, right?
Go ahead.
Right. Hey, so right there, in Baby Hunters Point, it's the tall white church. You can't miss it. Ironically, tomorrow's Good Friday. Right. It was a Catholic church, so that was the whole thing. It was all black Catholic church in the 80s, right? So what Auntie was doing was taking songs like and making them church, right? So she was like remixing songs before that was even a big thing. She was like Weird Al Yankovic, of the 80s, but doing like R&B stuff and mixing it. So I started like that. I was 5 years old. She tells a story of me being under the pew. And she tells it better than me, but basically, I don't remember this part, but she tells it. I was nervous. She put me on stage, and I ran off the stage at some point, hit under the pew, but I was still singing. Wow. And so she heard a sound coming from the pew while they was practicing on the stage. Who was that singing under the pew? And then the rest is history. So shortly after that, I started performing for the choir because she got me comfortable. Yeah.
It's a family story.
Family story. Then, so that was the early years. High school, middle school, always was in talent shows, different companies, Cultural Odyssey. So then we went from Bayview, Hunters Point to Fillmore, Fulton and Webster, the African American Cultural Center, and I sung with them and did plays and learned about theater. Nice. Lorraine Hansberry Theater was big back in the day for black folks out of Fillmore. Okay. You know what I mean? And so then it was that. Yeah, then I said college, perform more. Funny story.
Okay.
The night President Bush at that time announced we was going to Iraq, 2003. So I'm in college. It's my 3rd year. I'm a 3rd generation black man, UC Berkeley graduate, by the way.
Nice.
3rd male. My grandfather was UC Berkeley. My uncle was UC Berkeley, and so I did it as well.
That's beautiful. See, I know you went to college, but I didn't know you went to Berkeley.
Yeah. I was at Cal, man.
Go Black man. Go Cal.
It wasn't easy too. That's another story, but
that's huge.
So 3rd year at Cal, the war is going on, and I'm singing with a choir, the national anthem, and so we're there at that point. The national anthem,
the regular one.
Brandy, the national anthem, be the code, national anthem. And so we're supposed to sing, and at that point we didn't know it was a war coming. So we're all excited, we're practicing. I got a little solo part where I'm featured, you know what I mean? And so we come down, this is over at Oracle Arena. We come down to the floor, and then boom, y'all are on. Oh wait, sorry, you're not on yet. We got a special announcement from the president. He comes on, and we're going to war, and now the national anthem. If anybody could find that footage, boy, I'd be so happy.
Somebody got it somewhere.
Somebody find that footage.
2003, man. So that started me singing national anthems. I do it at Stanford every now and again. I've done UC Berkeley as well. So those are more like in those worlds. And I performed under the name Be Souls originally.
Okay.
No, Be Natural originally. But that's another story that take me back to my early days of R&B. And
so just real quick, that is the music that you do is just you would characterize it as R&B music. For those
historically, it was R&B, rhythm and blues. That always influences what I do. So there's worlds where I try to be like Auntie Carolyn, and I try to mix genres. So the sciences I studied at UC Berkeley, I'll often bring that into my music. So I'm 20 years now in the tech field. Just made 20 years this year. Data center, cybersecurity, all kind of tech. It's very being safe is very important, but online, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But basically, so I mix all that together, and it's influenced by my roots of soul and R&B. So the IO part comes from my love of tech. It's a representation of what soul music means to me. I'm in debt to soul music. It's my therapy, it's my love, right? So IO, soul, input, output, technology, the sciences of the world, the natural order, how it roots in music and vice versa. And then
that's beautiful.
IO, soul, yeah.
That's huge. I'm going to ask a question that people typically ask.
What you got, B?
But,
cool.
So just throw out a few. Who did you listen to growing up? Or who would you say, past or present, that has really influenced your sound? I mean, I know you said auntie, but...
Nah, it's all good. I say it's crazy. So Marvin Gaye, for sure. I have a song where I talk about seeing somebody better when my eyes are closed.
Okay.
And I feel like the senses go up. So I feel like I could see Marvin's face before all y'all youngsters who got internets and interwebs. All that we had was the sound. Right. Pre-ASMR was even a thing, a construct. But I experienced our brother's voice in a very, in a way that I almost felt tangible. Right. So I saw his face as a youngster, 6'7", riding the back of my daddy Cadillac. He had a gold Cadillac, riding through them brick homes, man. Daddy had a long, so that was his thing. Daddy had a caddy, and clean caddy, man. But I'm in the back seat, hearing his voice coming online like, right? So Marvin, and then Luther, in a different way. I felt like I felt Luther's pain and his conflict, and his strength. And so Luther for sure, Marvin, Luther, and then we got groups. So that was like my early formative years. And then when I got all crazy and insane in middle school, and I do mean insane, girl crazy, just her just beautiful, and women, and just that whole transition, I switched to the boy groups, to the boy band groups, R&B, Drew Hill, and 112. And they influenced my soft and my love side. And I introduced my romantic side, and I turned back since. So I have to say those were my formative years.
Nice. How much of your personal story or life do you put in? Do you songwrite?
All
first
of it.
all,
all
you
of it.
do writing. You don't just sing.
I can't write if it's not my truth. Yes, I write.
Okay. And so everything that you write is because I know some people will just take from their people that they know and different things, or it's just complete fiction, whatever.
Right.
But for you, when it comes to writing, is it telling your story and talk about romance? Is it telling your romantic stories?
Yeah. That's different phases in life. The root of it is always the same. So I have a song that, my most recent song, where I tie it all together. The words, I'll just give you the words. Now, I'm no Einstein, but here's my theory of relativity. As our atoms split apart, so does our reality, and the lines are blurring. Neil deGrasse to Pythagoras, I get music theory. Whether reason A, B, C, D, E, F, G, what's minor to you is major to me. Different, but same. I'm existentially yours. I'm an immovable object, and you're an unstoppable force. But it's all relative, because we're on the same path. It's all relative, because we are the same.
That's what that felt like.
That's my experience with science,
I like that.
with energy, with water signs and air signs and all that truth, and just mixing and matching the alchemy of the world and love. So that's what that song. So yeah, I take what happens to me and I make it all make sense. And it's really for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it helps me make sense of it. And then I share that with the world. And if the world loves it, then they love it. Hopefully they will.
I love that. That's beautiful. Is there anything that you are currently working on that has you excited about? Because you also sing with a choir, don't you now?
I do. I sing with an amazing choir. Oh my goodness. If y'all don't know, Miss Kava Menzies is out of Oakland, California, an amazing artist in so many levels, jazz pianist, just an amazing teacher. And so she's all the things, all the words. And so yeah, we sing with a choir. It's a collaborative choir, and so it's like a community choir essentially. Folk songwriters, singers, performers, and actually our biggest one is coming up in May.
Okay.
We're at Yerba Buena.
Nice.
The whole Yerba Buena, we have a whole concert. Yeah, Highland Care is supposed to come out. We got guest artists too.
So is there tickets that people can acquire, or
yeah,
like what?
No, it's free. It's free concert. Just come out.
It's free.
I wish I had to.
Free 99, y'all.
It's free 99. It's late May. Okay. But if you check out Collab Choir, you Google Collab, like COLLAB Choir, the Instagram will come up and all of our details are there. And we performed at, Fox Theater. We've been around. We're trying to build our. We got songs with Rex Life Rides.
Ooh,
and that brother, we got a few songs with him. And we just recorded with him 3 weeks ago. I'm forgetting now, it's coming back to me. 3 weeks ago, we recorded with him. His project, man, that brother is, y'all know he was an O-line like champion, offensive lineman in college. I didn't know that. Like, that brother is brilliant. So I love when folks just bring it all together to tell their story, man. So I'm big on people like that for myself and just people who can do that.
Yeah, I only got introduced to him a couple of years ago. Do you listen to his music? Rex Life? Oh, okay. Just wondering. No, I like it. I don't know a lot.
He's a local. Yeah. Great music.
Oh, you see what I'm excited about? My son. So my son is 12 years old now. He's here. I know y'all can't see him back home. But lately I've been singing with him. And again, like I said, people say he sounds like Michael Jackson. I'll send a video link. Y'all can check it out, decide for yourselves. But we'll be at Yoshi's May 2nd, singing with another talented, beautiful young man, young artist, saxophone player, 16 years old, Io Brain.
Nice.
And so we'll be joining him for a couple songs.
Beautiful.
And his track is like that too, man. So the youth is truly the future. They're so talented. Yeah.
So you have a son. How is that going for you? I'm gonna dig a little bit. Are you single? Are you married? Are you dating? How is it being a married father, a single father? Like what's happening?
Damn, what's dope is those questions are coming more rare.
Okay.
Because I'm so invested in my son. Like, it's less.
So your attention right now is
my son.
Your young man. I love it.
I'm single, yes, but I don't even think about it as much because I'm investing in him and just building what he is and trying to nurture him because his voice is amazing, but he's still a young man, and so I got to support him on that path. He just made 12, so that little boy got tall in like a year. We keep a growth chart. It's like a line right here. Y'all see the visible line right here and then right there. And I'm not exaggerating. That little boy, his neck is long and his arms is long. So I'm trying to support him through middle school and becoming a young man and staying rooted and grounded and being a good person as well as a good singer. He has a voice I'll never have, and that's how it should be. Every generation. My daddy sung too. Every generation should be like that.
When did you first find out that he had the talent that you and your dad both have?
He think I'll be gassing. He was a baby. First of all, he said his first words, I like to, word. He said hi.
Okay.
I like to. And so he was like, hi. And he was talking like on a note though. And it did trigger. And so then I was singing to put him to sleep. And there's one video I have. He's an infant, just as small as can be. And I'm singing. He's very like this. And like, and he went still. So then I said he can make a sound that makes sense. And he responds to sounds that make sense.
Okay.
So he put those together, and then 12 years later. So I always knew early on that he had it in him. I really did. And then we was 4, he did 3. There's a video of him singing Sam Cooke. If I go a million miles away, nothing can change this love.
Yeah.
That song. And we posted it, and Sam Cooke's official page liked it.
Nice.
So 3 years old, him singing that song, and it sounds great. So.
And so you guys perform together. That's where the other site that they can find you on is Sun and Soul. Is that what you said now?
Souls and Sun.
Souls and Sun. Okay, so the two of you are performing. Where have you been going? I know we have Yoshi's coming up. Where have y'all been? Tell me about what he got going on.
It's still pretty new. So he has performed by himself. So we performed at Jeffrey's. We had a thing there twice actually.
Nice.
And then we just got back from Las Vegas at a conference supporting the wonderful All Black Women's Nursing Sorority, which I know you're into nursing. So
looking for y'all.
You got to go find them because they are amazing. And the nurses, my mother's a retired nurse, and so much respect for what they do. My father, and it's a whole other story. But yeah, so then there, and then he opened for Carl Thomas last May.
That. I did see that. I was quite impressed.
But he doesn't get scared. I don't know where he get it from. Yeah, that little boy, I don't have stage fright. Really, he really doesn't. Okay, bro. But yeah,
I love that. Well, I think Did you have anything that you wanted to throw in there before I just get to chit-chatting away?
You have my Aries friend.
Right. So I was wondering, like, well, clearly you just answered that you're a single father. I wanted to know, well, two things now that since you have a son that's going to be entering the industry. So my first question is, as a single father in the industry, because you're an artist yourself, and then you have this other project with you and your son together, how exactly do you fit time in to have like a normal life as a father with your son, opposed to the business aspect of it?
Great question.
Yeah, I'm still sorting that part out. I do have a mentor who's really been helpful. The young man I mentioned, Ayo Brahman's father, Yomi. And Yomi says, he has a way of talking, is very, brother, is very, he's strong. He's very powerful, a powerful man. And he says, you got to do 3 hours every day. 3 hours every day. And he souls, he called me, souls or souls. By the way, the name is a play on words. My last name is Sullivan. It used to be Selly, souls are singing. Souls turned into souls, and souls became the name. But so yeah, Selly, souls, you gotta do 3 hours a night is what he says. And so we do mix it in here and there, but he gotta do his homework first.
Homework first.
What do we do when we come home from school? First thing we do? You can say it. Go ahead, son. What's the first thing? That's my man.
That was homework for y'all. If y'all couldn't catch that, he said homework.
So homework first. And if we have time, we'll lean into that 3 hours. And lately, we've been building little by little and putting more time in, and the results are showing. So it's a balance. It's not a soft thing, but the effort is there. And the main thing for me is, no matter what you do, you put effort into it, and the result matches the effort. And so the bigger lesson is you just be intentional about your time, and you invest in yourself rather than fun. So we talk about discipline and the power of denial to get what you want and need.
Okay, that's nice. The power of denial. What exactly is that?
Man, you can get, it's so ironic, right? Because you would think that the power of yes, let me refrain. This is what I think. And it comes from folks that tend to think this way as well. That the power of yes can leave you in disarray with lack of focus and clarity. And so saying no to all these things that are now free and available. 70 years ago, they thought energy would be free. The nuclear age. This new powerful thing we have called nuclear power, and it's free and all that. But information is what got to be free, right?
Right.
It's the whole flip of the thing, man. So being able to deny yourself information, which is now free and more available. Deny yourself food, which is now free and more available. We have pizza coming up. Now you can have whatever you want at your door. And I'm not perfect. I do a lot of DoorDash, but I'm working on it. So the power of denial and the role that can play in you getting what you want in life.
Okay. So the actual other question I actually have is, so with your son being as young as he is, and building up this stardom and this fan base that he's building up, how are you going to protect him in this new world that we have? Being that we're seeing all these things on TV about kid stars and management and people, trying to manipulate situations.
Yeah, so I'm there everywhere he goes. That's number one. I'm there, and if I'm not there, my brother's there. My brother ain't there, my uncle's there. So keeping it within the family is, I'm so family oriented. Now my auntie is she hardcore. All my aunties is hardcore. My mama too. That's the Jamaican side. They all feel it, y'all. They go after it. But so the family, keeping the family starts with me. But then if I'm not there, which is again, I believe in the power of systems, and the family unit is a system in itself. And so everybody got a role. They ain't perfect, but they're there. It's built in something that's repetitive. Put aside how good or bad they are. It's recurring, repetitive, and there. It's a fixed thing, a fixed asset. You can't lose. You can lose, through loss, but do you ever really lose? Because even the ancestors are still with us. Another conversation, but basically, yeah, I'm there for everything. Everything he's involved in. When he's 18, he can go on his own. But I hear about the Nickelodeon stuff. You know what I mean? And you read about that, and you see some of the visuals, man. And I'm visual, right? So you see some of the stuff, and I did see the thing like Ariana Grande, the mashup, right? Excuse my, but just that's a little girl. That's a little girl, right?
And in case you guys are not quite following what he's talking about, there was a documentary out recently called Quiet on the Set. Quiet on the Set. about child actors and some of the things they experienced while working for Nickelodeon. So you can go ahead and look that up. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I probably should.
No. I just want people to feel in
protective of especially obviously my son, but young women as well. Mm-hmm. It's a different kind of protection I feel. So in seeing some of that stuff, it's one thing to hear about it, but again, I'm visual. Yeah. So seeing the content, it just didn't make any sense. So yeah, he ain't going nowhere without me. And if God forbid, I go to the ancestors, I'm gonna come down and it's lit.
You say you got him no matter what.
I got something about that too. Some souls you can't get rid of. Yeah. So I like to think it'll always be there.
Okay, well that's huge. We need more fathers like that. We need more fathers, Black fathers in here. So before we close out, we're going to take one last break, and we're going to see if we can get a little peek at, because I don't even think you told us it today.
Kenneth Jr.
Kenneth Jr. We're going to see if we can get a little peek in before
we... by the name Sunny Soul.
Sunny Soul. Let's see if we can get him to help us say goodbye. One more break, and we'll be right back with you.
To a hot tub. Bring your honey to a hot tub.
My name is Marcus Jenkins. I'm a lineman here in Oakland, day in, day out. A large part of what we do is about providing reliable power to our customers. PG&E is dedicated to the community. I love working here because this is my home. Oakland is my home. This is where I'm raising my children. So it's important to me to make sure my family and friends have the power and energy that we provide. This is very personal to me. It makes me work a lot harder knowing that this is my community.
Together, we're building a better California.
The world can be yours. Our goal at AutoPro Consultants is to provide effective solutions designed to boost your business for the global market. It doesn't matter how large or small your company is. Let us tailor a quality system to fit your business needs to assure your company has a competitive edge in the global market. With our 100% success rate, we guarantee we can make it happen for you.
Welcome back to the Diva Talk podcast. Before we end today's episode, we were able to convince our guest, Mr. Brian Sullivan, aka IO Soul, to grace us with a little something extra. What you got for us?
I do. So this is unplanned, but my son is here. And son, we would love for you to come up and answer a few questions, big man.
Welcome. Hello, young man. How you doing? I'm good. Step right on in with us.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us your name and age and where you live, and we don't need your exact address now.
Yeah, where you from? Talk to us.
I'm from Berkeley, technically. I'm 12 years old. My name is Kenneth Brian Sullivan, Jr. This is my dad, as you could tell.
And what do you do?
I like singing. I like directing. Okay. I like that type of stuff. I like arts. Okay. The arts. Yeah.
What kind of art? Outside of music?
Mostly sketching. I like drawing.
Oh, nice. You got to draw this one day.
So his 10th birthday, he makes little movies. For his 10th birthday, we rented out the movie theater in Fremont and screened one of his little movies.
Oh wow! Okay, so we gotta get some invites.
He's really good.
That's huge.
Do you have like an Instagram or a website where we can see some of your artwork?
Sounds like something we gotta get together.
I was just saying we're gonna put that together.
That's on me.
It's okay, we getting it together.
That's right, we building.
Yeah,
I love it. One thing at a time. Right, focus, consistency.
You want to give a shout out to any of your friends or family?
I'm gonna give a shout out to my group, the Black Stars.
Tell them about the group.
Yeah, what's the group?
We've been performing since 2019, I think. Right? 2019.
Second grade.
Yeah, second grade. We've been performing since then. We also do like soul, R&B, stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
What grade are you in now?
6th grade. Almost 7th.
Almost 7th grade.
Up there.
Woo! You got a long career going already. That's nice.
Can I be back up one time? Can I do backup for you in the group? You see, you just laughed at me. It's okay. It's all right. You got to talk to the other members first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
I have to make sure they agree, you know.
I feel that team effort. I appreciate you.
Well, look, at least he's not being like the dude in the Temptations.
You ain't nothing without. We don't do that.
Man.
All right. Well, it was really nice talking to you, Kim.
Yes,
Is there anywhere we can find you guys on Instagram? Both of you guys, you can share with us where you can find you guys.
I think it's like you said, souls underspace. What's it called? Underscore. And underscore son.
I love it.
Instagram?
Yeah.
All right.
We're gonna check that out.
Is that the same place where we can find you too?
You can find me on IOSoul, and then on my page links to my son as well. So IOSoul or Souls and Son.
That's beautiful. Well, we look forward to seeing more from you.
Thank you.
And keep us informed about your Yoshi's show coming up. Keep us informed about collab choir performance coming up. Diamond, do you have anything coming up that you want to share with the people? And if not, or if so, let them know where they can find out about it.
Right. Well, my birthday's coming up.
Right.
Thank you.
Can I sing happy birthday? Early?
For sure. I love it.
Serenade. All right, y'all. Let's go.
Let's pretend it's 420. April 20th. There's an April sign here, 20 sign there. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Diamond. Happy birthday to you. Happy early birthday. I love Aries signs. Great.
Thank you.
It's my birthday too.
That's right. It's also Kelda's birthday before mine.
Yes.
So
Happy
everybody
birthday, Kelda.
wish her happy birthday as well in April.
Yes.
Turn up with me at Hippie Hill 420. We also have something special, possibly at the Continental. So stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram at Diamond So Sexy. That's DIAMONDSOSEXXI. And this is
your girl B Nicole Styling. Check me out on Instagram at b.nicole. That's NICHOLE. And again, let's not forget to look for our girl Keldamuzik when she returns back with us on next week's episode. Thank you to IOSoul.
Thank you for the time, y'all. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Diamond So Sexy. Your girl B
And
Nicole.
enjoy it. Y'all are
Until
fun.
next time. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.